The aftermath of flooding in Nigeria's northeast is raising alarming humanitarian concerns, with thousands facing displacement and a sharp increase in prices that threaten food security. Floods that swept through Nigeria's Borno state have affected up to 1 million people, its governor said on September 11th. At this camp in Maiduguri, children and families scrape the last bits from pots. Water scarcity also looms. Yagamo Malum Kachala and her large family were rescued from the flood by soldiers who got to them by boat. She says they have no food.
We were given a canopy and told that if we don't have a government-authorized card, we will not benefit from anything here. So I must go out and find some food for my family to eat. I have no money, and my elder brother also has no money. I don't even know where he is now. He must have gone scavenging.
The flood began when a dam overflowed after heavy rains. Authorities scrambled to rescue residents and put them in temporary shelters. The United Nations World Food Program delivered aid to displaced people on Friday. Emmanuel Biginimana, the head of its Maiduguri area office, said there are hundreds of thousands of people now living in internally displaced people camps and on the street.
This is really an additional burden to already existing crisis. This region has been facing conflict for a decade, and more recently we have seen food inflation that where food food prices have been skyrocketing, really affecting millions of the people who are facing food insecurity.
Sai ya suro mai dure din satulu sai ya motor sa kub kampu bakasi ro chawna suro tampalle ro chokoya gwamnati ka titi ndi sai ro ai mata din bata ku kawiya ku kumbulu ke manjaro ku ke sai ro ke zo sai wuya mu kwanyen baw ya ni kwanga ye kwa saman shi mu kwan zumbaw na da na mano goi krami falta da inde hangalin bo zuna mbe yaro non goi bayro non goi tuna da kumbu ma bawo kwasan gwamnati kam kati baro kumbucin ba sai do suro tamfalle na tsana ma da faidan zama ba ta gullada am don da suro mai duriyan sai ya kole sa tuluna ma da adi sai mai isa na Allah nafsa am suro alan jimmen ta muna nafsa na ma da suro kamfu ba kasirin sai ma am gure da tuskata amma am do suro tamfalle nafsa na ma sama sai ma kole sai ya so tuluna lu sauduna ma
mutane kampu suna neman abinci suna dan wahala gwamna mun san yayi kokari GOC yayi kokari su kuma mutane masu kudi anguwa kaman wayanda suna jare da wayansu anguwanni duka su zo su hada hannu da gwamnati da ya bare ya wannan taimako ba
Palau Dam, located at a few miles from this town, collapsed in the middle of the night and has caused massive flooding in this town. Yesterday, I managed to flew over the town with a WP helicopter, and what I have seen is really heartbreaking. So I have seen several homes, infrastructure, roads, schools, hospital submerged by water. Many people, I'm talking about over 200,000, 300,000 displaced people who are overcrowded in several IDP camps and also on the streets. So WFP managed to open soup kitchens to provide meals, hot meals to the affected people, and we are scaling up together with our partners, complementing the WFP and also the government response. This is really an additional burden to already existing crisis. This region has been facing conflict for a decade, and more recently we have seen food inflation that where food has been really, food prices have been skyrocketing, really affecting millions of the people who are facing food insecurity. Thank you. And sorry about the disaster. Recovery will take long, and also we need more resources to save lives and to put together our efforts to respond to the crisis and also think of longer term recovery and solutions.
Several days after floods hit Nigeria's northeastern city of Maiduguri, emergency responders are battling to reach trapped survivors. Anguished families have also launched their own searches. Aisha Mohammed was rescued by soldiers, but says that in all the chaos, she became separated from her 8-year-old son. We are still searching, she says, adding that she's not seen or heard from her boy in 3 days. The floods began when a dam overflowed due to heavy rains, washing away homes. This camp used to house those displaced by militant group Boko Haram. Now it has been reopened for thousands of residents who are fleeing the floods. Some people here, like Kubura Mohammed, are yet to get a tent for shelter, but she's more worried about the fate of her husband. He had stayed behind, she said, saying that he would wait to see God's will. The flooding has affected up to 1 million people, according to the state governor. It is the worst flooding to hit Borno State in 2 decades. Authorities are yet to release casualty figures.